Good morning, folks. Welcome to Friday morning here, today's town hall. Quite a bit of stuff to go through today, so I'll just jump into it. And I want to reiterate that from a staff perspective, from a department head perspective, the way that we are operating here at Canterbury Woods relative to this virus outbreak is that it's not if we're going to get cases here at Canterbury Woods, but it's when. So everything we do is preparing for the worst case scenario and setting up systems, obviously doing what we're doing in terms of trying to limit resident interaction, but some of the other systems that we're setting up in order to prepare for that worst case scenario. So, and I don't say that lightly, and I don't say that to scare anybody. I'm just saying it because that's how we have to look at, our plan for planning purposes. So with that being said, I need to let folks know that a loved one of a staff member at Gates Circle tested positive for the virus. And so as a result of that, that employee is self-quarantining as we speak. The entire building is being disinfected, even more so than it has been. We've been doing that several times a day anyways, but we are going through, as we speak, meticulously going through each and every portion of that building. I can say that within the assisted living portion of assisted living, or Gate Circle, all of the residents there have been and will be continually monitored shift to shift for temperature changes or any other type of symptoms. On the independent resident side, again, I want to reiterate what I said yesterday, or a couple of days ago. If you're feeling ill, if you want your temperature taken, please call the Wellness Center office. It's 929-5606. And we will make an appointment for you to come to that office, which is kind of a space unto itself. And we will triage and take your temperature and talk to you about your symptoms. So please, for the residents at Gate Circle, if you are feeling ill, please don't hesitate to call that number, 929-5606. I can tell you that the staff member doesn't have any symptoms at this point, but obviously, as per protocol with the New York State Department of Health, that person will be quarantined for a period of time. I also want to say that, as part of the protocol, the cleaning protocol throughout the organization, both here in Williamsville and Gate Circle, as you heard me say, we're doing a tremendous amount of cleaning and disinfecting and cleaning and disinfecting, both in the health centers and in independent living. This week in the health centers at both sites, we actually engaged a company that came in and did swab testing. So we worked with that company to identify dozens of high touch areas. We went through and cleaned those areas, and then that company came back through and did swab samples to make sure that we are effectively cleaning those areas. And it highlighted some areas that we need to do better on, which is obviously what we want. We want to make sure that we're really looking at these areas. We are going to continue to extend that swab testing throughout independent living as well. That has been our plan all along. So that will be happening probably into next week. And then we're going to be doing that on an ongoing basis. We started that, like I said, we actually engaged that company last week. We started the testing this week, and we'll continue with that testing, health center, independent living on an ongoing basis. Again, so we can measure the areas that we're really cleaning effectively, and any areas that we need to do a better job on, so that will continue. I can tell you that starting tomorrow, and for the foreseeable future, we are canceling the morning continental breakfast, and that will be at both sites. We're also at Gate Circle, unfortunately, as a result of, again, being very cautious. We are going to be locking down the gym there. I know the gym had been open for, tight hours, and we're only allowing 1 or 2 residents in there at a time, but we're going to lock that down as of now, for an abundance of cautiousness. All of those decisions that we're making, they don't come easy, certainly. We realize that, our residents are cooped up, and but I also want to mention this, the social distancing, and for the most part, our residents are doing a very, very good job. So, taking a look at that, and they're conscious of it. But what I've noticed, and this is specific here at Williamsville, so the weather's been pretty good this week, and so a lot of residents have been outside walking around, which is wonderful, except because our residents are so friendly and so engaging, we seem to be forgetting those social distancing habits when we're outside. So please, when you're outside, if you're here in Williamsville, if you're walking around the ponds, certainly at Gates as well, in the general community, please continue to observe those social distancing habits that we're picking up. Stay away from each other and just yell louder so you can hear each other, please. A few other announcements too. So you've hopefully seen on the internal channels that Tracy is actually going to be starting her fitness classes again. She's going to be doing them via, she's actually burning CDs. So for both here and at Gate Circle, they're on the internal channel. There is a slide that went up yesterday. So here in Williamsville, she's actually going to be doing classes via CD Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 11 to 11:40 a.m. and then Tuesday and Thursday from 9 to 9:40 a.m. And then the classes will be offered again through the in-house TV system Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at Gates from 11 to 11:40 a.m. Those are preliminary. If we feel like we need to add to that as we work on Tracy doing more of these classes, like I said, she's actually pre-taping these classes, burning them on CDs, and putting them into our system, and they'll be available through the in-house television channels. Both her and Susan are going to continue to do that so they can continue to have opportunities to get their residents active. You saw on the slide, hopefully, that there's going to be chairs involved, as there always is in her fitness classes. So we are arranging opportunities both at Gate Circle and here in Williamsville for the residents to borrow a chair. We'll bring it up to your apartment, and you can use that in your fitness classes. And we know Tracy and Susan are awesome, and they'll do a great job with those classes. We haven't figured out yet how to get those classes to the individual televisions of Lexington Village, and I apologize for that, but I can tell you that we're working on that. So for the folks that are in Lexington Village, again, because you have your own separate television systems, you don't have the in-house channel, we think we might be able to figure out a way. I think there's a way out there for you to grab the in-house channel over your computer. So we're going to work on that for you, and more to come on that. Just again going through my notes here. One of the things I want to highlight, of course, is that how positive overall the residents have been. So as I'm social distancing around our community, given an opportunity to talk to residents at a safe distance, I am It certainly gives me and it gives our staff energy, and gives us focus, and it reinforces why we are here, based upon many of the conversations that I have with our residents. The positive outlooks, the warm feelings, the appreciation. I can't thank, and I'm speaking on behalf of the staff members, all of our staff members. Collectively, we can't thank our residents enough for, giving us positive energy every day to help us do what we do for them. So I kind of want to end with that. Certainly, on the earlier thing about the family member exposure at Gate Circle, again, please don't hesitate to email me with any questions. It's rwallace, WALLACE, at echa.org, and I will do my best to get back to everybody. Thank you.